It is the season for Classic Physique. Now, you're probably excited having watched the press conference at the Mr. Olympia 2022. And I am as well. I'm ready for people to show down and show off the most classic physiques on the planet. If you are a fan of the golden era, then you will love this division if you haven't heard of it already. So I'm going to be doing my 2022 Classic Mr. Olympia predictions. So, a very thick and thorough lineup this year. Plenty of names on that qualification list. Some that we will have never heard of before. The great thing about Classic Physique is there really are some people that come out of nowhere that can make an impression at their very first competition, just because it's very subjective. You have your weight categories and you have to stick depending on your height within that weight limit. So you can't go out and suddenly be a huge mass monster. You have to stay within your boundaries. And what that means is there's a lot more interpretation and down to the judges on whether you look classic, you have the lines, the golden era aesthetic, but also the muscle maturity and conditioning. In my predictions, we have the three big names that were brought out in the press conference, and for good reason. These guys really do look incredible, and you have two previous winners in those three and one who hasn't won it before. And those names are Chris Bumstead, 3 times Mr. Classic Olympia, Breon Ainsley, 2 times Classic Mr. Olympia, and Ruffin Diesel, or Terence Ruffin, who has yet to win the Olympia, but is an incredible physique and very competitive, has been for a number of years. Among those names, we also have some upcomers like Urs Kalaninski, Polish-German athlete with an incredible physique, and also a Brazilian by the name of Ramon Roca, and excuse me if I get this wrong, Quiroz. Apologies if I've butchered that. But we have some great up-and-comers. However, looking at pictures of their progress, you can see a clear distinction between those top 3 and everyone else on the list in terms of how their muscles insert and the density and maturity of their muscle as well, which comes with years and years of getting down to those lean body fat percentages, just hardcore training as well. I don't know how they do it, but they just look incredible. So on my predictions, it's really going to be between those 3, and I'm not going to stray away from that. I think there are the potential for other people to cut in front of the likes of Urs and Ramon in that top 5, although they are front runners for that position. But I highly suspect, although they'll be up there, they may have 1 or 2 others come out of the woodwork and really showcase themselves in a great light. Of the top 3, I think just based on the most recent updates, I'm going to put Terence Ruffin in 3rd, but he looks incredible. He really does. He had a Gold Gyms photo shoot and he looked reminiscent of the likes of Flex Wheeler in the time. But the person I've nudged just ahead of him is Breon Ainsley, the 2-time champ, just purely based on his arm genetics and the way his insertions run. May just give him a little bit of a pip over Terence. So that only leaves one name, and that would make a 4-time Mr. Olympia champion in Chris Bumstead. And a lot of people love him anyway. He is the people's champ in a lot of people's eyes. Very popular bodybuilder. But he hasn't wavered at all. There was speculation. Some people were throwing out that he'd had a bicep tear. But as far as we can see, that is just complete rumour. There's no real facts or indications behind that. And he looks even more conditioned and better than he has done in the past. He's been working with the legendary Hani Rambod, who is Phil Heath's and Jay Cutler's previous muscle building guru and competition prep coach. So if that says anything, that means we really are going to see the best version of Chris Bumstead we've ever seen. And if that's not enough to win, I'd be very, very surprised. So tune in. If you think I've made the correct predictions, then please leave a like. If not, then leave a comment and suggest your opinion on who you think is going to be #1 at this year's Mr. Classic Physique Olympia. Hopefully you've enjoyed my opinions and takes. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Stay tuned. Have a great weekend. Take care of yourself. Bye. Hopefully I can win someday as well.